In the ancient Sumerian creation epic Enuma Elish, there is a moment so strange, so symbolic, that modern scholars still struggle to explain it. The gods gather, the heavens open, and Anu, the supreme sky god, raises a mysterious object before the divine assembly. The other gods stand, stunned. They examine its curve, its glow, its impossible precision. Anu kisses it and declares, "This is my daughter." He then gives it not one but 3 separate names, a practice reserved only for the most sacred celestial bodies. This object was called the bow star. A star placed in the midst of its brothers, shining in perfect order. Why did ancient priests elevate this single star above all others? Why did Egypt, thousands of kilometers away, worship a nearly identical star using the same symbols? And why does the bow star behave exactly like Sirius? Let's decode this. What exactly is the bow star? The bow star appears in Tablet VI of the Enuma Elish, one of humanity's oldest cosmic documents. Here, Anu lifts a celestial weapon, a curved divine symbol, and lays it before the assembly of the Anunnaki. But the text suddenly shifts. The weapon becomes a star. It glows. It shines. Anu calls it his daughter. Scholars are puzzled. Why does a physical bow transform into a cosmic body? The answer lies in ancient astronomical metaphor. A bow is not just a weapon. It is a curve, an arc, a trajectory. The very motion stars make across the sky each night. To call something a bow star is to say, this star moves in a curve that defines the heavens themselves. And the 3 names Anu assigns indicate a multi-layered identity, exactly how ancient astronomers referred to stars with multiple phases, rising points, or companion bodies. The bow star isn't a random poetic idea. It is a coded astronomical marker, and this code leads us unmistakably to Sirius. Why scholars think bow star equals Sirius, the argument becomes clear once you compare 3 civilizations. Sumer bow star equals daughter of Anu placed. In the midst of the gods, 3 named celestial authority. Egypt Sirius equals Sothis appears with 2 companion goddesses. Satis, the bow goddess Anukis. All 3 ride on a celestial boat, Dagon, West Africa. Sirius has 3 components. Sirius B equals heavy star, Sirius C equals female star. The 3-goddess triad in Egypt matches perfectly with the multi-name identity of the bow star in Sumer. Even more striking, Satis, the Egyptian goddess linked to Sirius, literally wears a bow on her crown. So when the Sumerians called a star the bow star, and Egyptians show a bow-crowned goddess next to Sirius, the connection becomes unavoidable. These civilizations didn't share memes or social media. For them to encode the same star in the same symbolic language points to a shared system of ancient sky mapping far older than we currently acknowledge. The 3-goddess triad, a sky mapping device in Egyptian astronomical temples, you constantly see 3 goddesses together: Sothis, Satis, Anukis. This triad creates a perfect triangular geometry over the Nile horizon. Why 3? Because Sirius's heliacal rising has 3 distinct positions along the horizon depending on era, latitude, and precession. Ancient astronomers didn't draw graphs. They told stories. The triad equals star mapping. Each goddess equals a positional marker. Together, right arrow, they track the return of Sirius, which marked the flooding of the Nile, the new year, rebirth, the cosmic cycle. Now compare this with Sumer. The bow star is also given 3 names by Anu. This is astronomer-coded language. 1 star, 3 appearances. Just like the Egyptian triad, this is a multi-civilization convergence that can't be explained by coincidence. The astronomical signature. Why only Sirius fits? Let's match the bow star description line by line with astronomy. Placed in the midst of its brothers. Right arrow Sirius is in the constellation Canis Major, but dominates every star around it. Shines by 3 names. Right arrow Egyptians gave Sirius 3 divine identities. Right arrow Dagon assigned Sirius 3 components, A, B, C. Raised by Anu, right arrow Sirius has an extreme heliacal rising event, brightest on the horizon. The gods kissed the bow. Kiss equals ritual reverence for a star signaling the new year. Brightness profile right arrow Sirius A equals brightest star visible. Right arrow Sirius B equals dense white dwarf, invisible but gravitationally intense. Binary orbit right arrow Sirius A and Sirius B orbit each other until the 50 years. This 50-year cycle is echoed in Sumerian sacred 50 tradition, also associated with heavenly motion. When you overlay all these clues, only one solution fits every requirement. The bow star is Sirius. The daughter identity hints at Sirius B. Linguistic evidence Egypt left right arrow Sumer. This is where things get surgical. Sumerian Kisir equals essence used to describe star cores and dense heavenly bodies. Egyptian Sothis equals shining essence, almost identical semantic meaning. Bow star, the essence of Anu. Sirius equals the essence of Isis Osiris. That means both systems used identical metaphors. A star is the concentrated essence of a deity. This is not the language of farmers. This is priest-engineer vocabulary. It is astronomical encoding wrapped in divine poetry. The linguistic parallels reveal a shared scientific culture predating both civilizations. Why ancient priests hid star data inside myths. Ancient kings depended on priests for calendars, flood predictions, navigation, religious legitimacy. Priests needed to protect their power. So instead of teaching orbital mechanics, they encoded astronomy into genealogies, divine family trees, mythic adventures, ritual symbols. The bow star is a perfect example of this encryption system. The myth overlaid. Star brightness, rising position, orbital influence, companion star anomalies, precessional changes. Priests preserved scientific accuracy while keeping commoners away from heavenly secrets. Sirius B, the daughter star. Modern astronomy shocked the world when it confirmed. Sirius B is a dense white dwarf, invisible, without advanced optics, has the mass of the Sun compressed into Earth size. Heavy enough to warp Sirius A's motion. Now read the Sumerian line again. It was too heavy to lift. That is almost a poetic description of a white dwarf's impossible density. The myth says Anu raised the bow star, exactly like a binary orbit pole. And calling the bow star daughter implies a subordinate companion body, a smaller, denser star orbiting a main star. This is essentially a mythic description of the Sirius A-B binary system. Final interpretation, decoding the bow star when you combine mythology, astronomy, linguistics, priest traditions, cross-civilization parallels. One theory stands above all. The bow star is the Sirius system. The daughter is the invisible, heavy companion star. Its 3 names reflect ancient sky-mapping waves. This wasn't random storytelling. It was astronomical encryption practiced by 2 of the oldest civilizations on Earth. And the most important implication: ancient people knew something about Sirius we only rediscovered with telescopes. Knowledge seems transmitted, not invented in isolation. A scientific tradition existed long before recorded history. The bow star is not just myth. It is proof of an ancient observational legacy we still don't fully understand. In the next episode, we push deeper. Egypt and Sumer didn't just share the bow star, They shared an entire stellar timekeeping system. 36 decans, 10-day stellar weeks, a 365-day year engineered by the rising of a single star. And that system may reveal the real origin of the world's earliest calendars, and a civilization older than Egypt and Sumer combined.